Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Total NASL Roundtable intro by Jason and Logie. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing well, can't complain.
Fantastic. Go Armada. Big game on Saturday. Let's get it rocking.
Sorry, guys, that we're a bit late on this one. We had some technical difficulties. We do apologize. Hopefully, we get those corrected next week out. But let's get going with Jason. Can you talk about preseason so far for the Redhawks?
Yeah, so far the Redhawks are undefeated in the preseason. We also haven't won a game in the preseason. We haven't drawn a game either because our preseason doesn't start till the end of February, February 27th. On our
Why do you guys
preseason
start
slate
so late?
Why do we start so late? That's a good question. There are some rumors about potentially some new or some additional games that we're going to be playing in the preseason, but honestly, that might be pushed towards more into March, or maybe like a week or two before the actual season starts. But it is what it is. We're starting February 27th for our first preseason. We have 2 matchups against college teams, and then 3 matchups against lower division teams. So the college teams will be UNC Wilmington and NC State, my alma mater, which is going to be kind of awkward to root against my alma mater. And then for our other teams that we'll be playing, it'll be Charlotte Independence, which is a USL team. Now, the short little history about Charlotte Independence, this is their second season having a team, is that last year in the Open Cup, Charlotte Independence beat the Redhawks in the Open Cup. So this might be a revenge game, even though it's only preseason. Because, who knows, again, when we'll see them again. Outside of that, we'll be playing Richmond Kickers, both home and away. So that's our 5 games. So college, Charlotte, and then Kickers away, Kickers home and away. Yeah, I forget the order, but it'd be one then the other. That's about it in terms of actual preseason games. What about you guys? What kind of preseasons are you guys experiencing out there in Jacksonville?
Well, we started out against Philadelphia Union on February 6th, that is less than 2 days from now is when we kick off against Philadelphia Union. We've got plenty of games set. It's going to be exciting. Next week we got Orlando City at home. That's going to be the game of the year by far. Even overshadowing regular season games. Orlando City coming to town, the football kings of Florida, as they call themselves. It's gonna be packed. It's gonna be amped. Their supporters group is coming up. ILF, Ruckus, whatever their name is, we don't care. We're gonna be all fired up. It's gonna be awesome. And then 2 weeks after Orlando come here, we play on the 27th when you guys start. We play New York Red Bulls again, which we lost 5-2 to the Red Bulls in a closed-door match in Orlando just this past Sunday. So it's going to be a good opportunity to kind of get back at them, but at the same time, that'll be a week from when they actually start their regular season. So they're probably going to be coming in with their starters and actually like trying to just keep getting these minutes in before the actual season starts. And then we have a game. I can't remember the date. It's in February. It's against college team UNF, so University of North Florida. Then we have another one in March against Jacksonville University, which is just 2 universities in Jacksonville. And then just released, Rayo OKC has stated that they will play in Jacksonville for a friendly. And then, so we were all excited. We would get another game to experience before the actual season starts. But then Eric Scott, public relations of Armada, went out and tweeted, "Hey, it's actually a closed-door friendly match," and we were all kind of like bummed. So, we've got a packed preseason. It starts this Saturday. It's gonna be awesome. Finally watching my team play after, like 3 months of sitting on the side, 2-3 months sitting on the sidelines. So,
How many
it's
of
gonna
them
be
are
awesome.
going to be closed door, Logie? How many of them are going to be closed?
Just the Rayo OKC match right now.
Okay.
Last year there was a match against NYCFC, and no one even knew about it until the day of the game. That's kind of how the Red Bulls game was this past week, is that no one knew about it until the morning they're like, hey, we're in Orlando, we're about to play New York Red Bulls, so that's awesome. So if they schedule other games, then I mean they do it. But right now, the only closed door match left out of the six games, out of the 7 games are OKC. So we get a lot of opportunity to watch our team and be able to support them, and it's awesome. So yeah, it's just a packed preseason. Can't wait for it to start. It starts on Saturday.
So Logie, what are your expectations for Saturday?
Saturday, well, you guys remember last year we beat the Philadelphia Union 3-1.
Very exciting match.
It was exciting. It's the largest attendance for an NASL preseason game. The fans were pumped. The atmosphere was electric just because it's the first game in history. And Saturday people are ready to watch this team. So many people have come up to me, come tweet at me. It's just everywhere on social media, like so excited for the game, can't wait. So Saturday, my expectations for Saturday, we're still trying to develop as a squad. We've made a ton of signings lately. Even recently today, we found our number 9, which is just gonna dip into it real quick. We got Matt Fondy, who was the USL MVP. Played for Louisville City FC, which is the expansion side from last year. Scored 22 goals in 28 games for Louisville City. So really clinical striker. He's big. He can challenge any defender in the league. In the USL, he can challenge any defender that went up against him. So it'll be awesome to see him finally be able to play in a league I think he deserves to be in. But expectation-wise,
does he have any experience playing in anything higher than USL?
He did play for Chivas USA and Chicago Fire, but he did not score. He had 8 appearances each, but he didn't score. He came on as a substitute, really. He never broke out as an actual starter in the MLS. So he started USL, then made the jump to MLS, then went back down to USL. So I don't know. He hasn't had actual quality game time in a league higher than the USL, so we'll see. But he's one of those strikers that he's always in the right place at the right time, looking to put the ball away. Like I said, he's big, he's strong, he can knock defenders off the ball. He's very clinical. Plenty of hat tricks last year. So, like I said, he was the league MVP. So he's going to be a really great player to watch, to see, especially in a spot that we needed to fill. But expectation-wise, I just want to see growth in this team, development in this team. I just want to see, goals put in the back of the net, because that's what lacked last year, was the goal scoring. And just seeing this team come together is really my expectations for the preseason. Just getting better every game. We have tough opposition, and that's pretty much it. Just seeing what Miola can do with what he has and all these new signings that he's made, and we'll see from there. Like I said, we've got strong opposition. We've got college teams, so it's a good mix, and Miola set it up perfectly, and we'll see from there.
So the Cosmos, their preseason started on February 1st, and their preseason looks something like this. They're going to travel to California to play 3 matches. They're going to play a Ukrainian side, FC Yarat Yerevan. That's going to be a very interesting match, because the Cosmos assistant coach, Aleko Askadarian, he's Armenian, so it's going to be a very exciting match for that one. That's the only international side that we're going to play on home soil. Next one is the Fresno Fugo, a PDL side, so not a lot to expect out of this match competition-wise, but I think some players that we're not going to see during the season might get minutes in this matchup. And then on February 27th, maybe the most anticipated match during the preseason is against the Earthquakes. So that is the Earthquakes' last preseason match before their season. So they're going to be in form when we play them, but it's going to be our 3rd preseason match. So we're still going to be finding out how we play. Maybe changing the style of how they play with the new players that they added. So just getting that chemistry, which is going to be really hard. And the last preseason matchup is against the Charleston Battery of the USL. Personally, I don't feel that the preseason is fully done with these fixtures. The Cosmos, they didn't announce any other matches, but I do feel that they may announce some more fixtures. But we always talk about how players go abroad, they bond on these preseason trips, and that works out for the best. And what was released today, guys, the strikers, they announced that they're going to go on a preseason trip to China. And the strikers seem like they're doing everything great this offseason. They have a new head coach. They are signing some great players. They go on a preseason trip to China. What are they doing wrong?
Probably not winning any of their preseason games. I don't think they've won any of their preseason games so far, even though they are playing some great competition so far.
They're playing Schalke, like these top teams. I wouldn't expect them to beat these teams because they're so early in preseason, and these teams
Yeah.
are deep into their season.
Hey, but I mean, they played Shakhtar and they played Schalke. They were only losing 2-0 to sides that were actually like Schalke and Shakhtar. They were playing their first team. Like I don't know, strikers were putting up a fight against Schalke 04 and Shakhtar Donetsk's first teams in Florida. I don't know. They look. I watched a little bit of the Florida Cup, and they looked pretty. I mean, decent, but it was against these massive clubs.
Mhm.
So I think going to China, they obviously Brazil has connections in China with all the Brazilian players that are DPs over there. Yeah, I know we know a few of Ramirez went over there in the January transfer window, blah blah blah. But you got the connections there, so why not go to China and play some? There's a few massive clubs in China. You got Shanghai Shenhua. You got a team that starts with a G, but I can't name it. Guangzhou, whatever. I don't know. However you say it. But no, there's some solid competition over there, and I think it's really beneficial. And it's just like 14 days to just get away, just focus on these matches, and just gearing up for the regular season.
So we have a viewer question. What is the one match to watch this NASL spring season and why? So I'm going to go first here. I think the match that everyone should watch, no matter if you are a Cosmos supporter or a Fury supporter, everyone should watch this one. It's the Cosmos against the Fury. First matchup of the season for the New York Cosmos. The championship rematch, if you want to call it that, the rematch. It's going to be a great one. The Fury are seeking revenge. I don't think they're going to get it. Sorry, Theo. But, yeah, they are going to get revenge. I mean, they are not going to get revenge. Cosmos are going to win. Hopefully. What matches should we look out for?
Yeah, I'm just going to the schedule right now just to remind myself on a few, but I'm really looking forward to seeing Rayo OKC in Miami play. Just I mean, we know about the big time signings that they are acquiring left and right, but to actually see that product on the field is going to be good. But if we're talking about like the first game of the season kind of thing, I would say one notch below that Cosmos versus Ottawa game is going to be the Railhawks versus Minnesota. And though I'm a big Railhawks fan, I'm not saying it because of Railhawks. I'm saying it because of Minnesota and how stacked of a team they're going to be. And I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing all that quality on one side. It might be one of the best all-time NASL teams for all the quality that they're getting together from past top-notch NASL players. So again, I'm only saying it because it's for the first time we'll get a chance to see one of the best road teams from last year play one of the best home teams from last year. But with all that talent that they're going to be coming in with, there might be some good fireworks going on.
Yeah, no, one game that I'm looking forward to. I'm not going to be biased with this one. Not going to say the Armada. Tampa Bay Rowdies versus Minnesota United. When is that game? That is 1 sec. Let me find it for you real quick. Ooh, hold on. Can't find it. Anyways, No, here it is. That is May 28th, which is deep into the spring season, so it has a lot of title implications on it. With if these two teams do go the distance, which Tampa Bay Rowdies and Minnesota United have made some of the best business in the league so far. Tampa Bay getting Khalif Al-Hassan from Minnesota. It's going to be interesting to see Al-Hassan go against his old teammates, and just the signings that Tampa have made and Minnesota have made. It's going to be an absolute clash, and I personally think that these two teams are going to be top of the table come the end of the spring season. So this game has a lot of implications on it, and there's a playoff spot on the line for whoever wins the spring season. So I mean, there's a lot on this game. So,
Do you think a healthy full season Freddie Adu is going to make a splash for the Rowdies this year?
well, I mean, he showed signs last year that he was getting back to form, but not as good as he used to be. I think it's all going to come down to Khalif Al-Hassan how he plays, because Khalif Al-Hassan is the playmaker for the Tampa Bay Rowdies now, and it depends how they play him. He was a right midfielder over at Portland Timbers. He played right and left midfield, but he could also be John. Nice with the phone call. But he can also be played underneath the striker, which is Tom Heineman, and if he's resourceful and can provide assists as well as score goals, he's going to be dangerous for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And I think it rests upon the shoulders of Heineman and Khalif Al-Hassan just because of the star power they bring to the team, and they're the two main attacking threats. But honestly, I don't think anyone can stop Minnesota. It's going to be a big game. It's going to be one for the spring season, but Minnesota just looked too strong. They're excited up there in Minneapolis. They're stoked to and their tenure in the NASL jump up to the MLS. They've made big signings. Pino, we've already mentioned Pino, and they still got Ramirez and Ocampos and just all these players. And so Minnesota, I think it's going to be Tampa, Minnesota at the end of it, but Minnesota's just too strong. That's definitely going to be the game. I can't talk. That's definitely going to be the game to watch, though, just because those two teams they've got a lot going for them right now. Like I said, they've made some of the best business in the league. So other than all the awesome Armada games that I will be witnessing this season, Minnesota Tampa Bay is one to watch.
I'm very surprised you picked that one, Logie. But yeah, moving on. We always like to talk about expansion, right, guys? And West Coast expansion is on our minds right now. The San Francisco Deltas, not officially announced by the NASL, but the Deltas have said that there is an event in March that is sort of going towards the expansion announcement that the NASL is going to announce in March. So we may hear an official announcement coming soon. But what are you guys' thoughts on the name, the Deltas, their logo? What are you thoughts on a NASL side in San Francisco?
Logan, do you want to go first for this one?
Put me on the spot. No,
that's all right. I can go if you want to think.
I can handle this one. I can handle this one. So
all right.
Obviously we have to start expanding west. San Francisco for a start is a good start. They've got good support over there. You've got San Francisco and they've got Oakland nearby who don't really have a team, so you could get a lot of support from those two cities just geared toward this NASL team. But no, they love their football over there, and expanding west, we needed to get it done. You'd like to see some more teams from over there. No, but I'm excited that we're finally moving out there, and I'm excited that San Francisco, a city like San Francisco, has a team, has an actual pro soccer. It's not officially released, but they're actually getting a pro soccer team. And I can't wait to watch them play, just for the fact that they're going to be the first West Coast team announced, or one of the first. And I don't know, but the only shady thing is their logo. Their logo is pretty shady. I'm not gonna lie. The Deltas.
Like a futuristic ninja star or something.
The Deltas. No, it's gonna be awesome. So.
But the cool part about that is that there was a report saying that their ownership group is confident that they can get a downtown stadium in San Francisco. So
That would
that's
be huge.
yeah, that's just very exciting to hear that we're getting an expansion site on the West Coast and they can get their own stadium. So that just means like why shouldn't we get this deal done? What are your
I
thoughts,
mean,
Jason?
yeah, it's going to be fun. Now, I was actually born a little bit outside of San Francisco, and I lived in that area for about 10 years. I mean, I really enjoyed my time out there. It's a beautiful place. I mean, if any of you guys get a chance to, I mean, any of you out there get a chance to ever go to any Wave matches in the San Francisco area, no pun intended, but it'll definitely be a treat, a San Francisco treat. Now, my my skepticism on it is the fact that they are not too far away from Sacramento Earthquakes of the MLS. And I mean, just for the little that I know about Sacramento, they are one of the MLS teams that have a tough time with attendance compared to the league on the whole. I mean, very few people from the Oakland, San Francisco. I mean, I still have friends out there, and I was actually talking to a little bit about it even before the Deltas were announced. And I was asking, like, what's your thoughts of, I mean, this is before the Deltas were announced, like a week before it. So what's your thoughts about NASL ever expanding out to San Francisco? They're like, we already have a team. I'm like, what? I mean, who are you considering your team? Like, we have the Earthquakes. I'm like, have you ever been to an Earthquakes game? Well, no. I mean, so, I mean, and these are soccer fans. Like, they like MLS, but they follow EPL a little bit more. I just hope, my biggest concern is I hope that they take the NASL more seriously than their logo, if that's fair. Where I know they're going to have super rich backing. I mean, the people and the businesses in San Francisco are one of the richest in the United States. So they definitely have great opportunity to have a very wealthy club. Obviously, they're not even close to getting any players together, but if they invest in their club well, have good marketing, because it's really always going to come down to strong marketing, they can definitely be a huge asset. I mean, Bill Peterson has been wanting West Coast expansion for a while now. It makes me wonder, like, what's going to be the next West Coast team. And I know that Las Vegas has been rumored. Around the Irvine, California area is a little bit of a rumor. But yeah, I guess with San Francisco wanting to start in 2017 as a general goal, I mean, we'll see. I mean, a year from now, I mean, it could be a cool addition, or they could be a potential laughingstock if they don't do it right. But John, do you have any other thoughts on it? I know you had a chance to have a great interview on your podcast the other day. Do you want to talk about some good insights from that?
Yeah, so I talked to Evan Ream. He covers California soccer, and he was just all for it, but he just wasn't up for the logo. But yeah, I just think that everyone is excited about expansion to the West Coast. But what's very exciting is that in 2017, Minnesota United is leaving, and we're getting San Francisco. So look at that. And I have a feeling that we're going to learn a lot more about other markets that are going to be joining the league once we hear about San Francisco, because I don't think we're just going to hear one name and that's it. I think we're going to hear a lot more teams on the West Coast.
Yeah,
What about Chicago?
Keep your eye on Las Vegas, because I've got a guy who was talking to can't remember who, but from Las Vegas, who was actually talking about an NASL team and just asking questions and stuff. So I mean, there's interest in the Las Vegas area for a team. So I would keep my eye out on Las Vegas for sure as the next potential either leak or a March release for a NASL side.
Yeah, not as official as the San Francisco Deltas, but already putting together a blog page and a logo is the Chicago Sting. So I'm looking forward to seeing if that's going to be a reality, or if that's just going to be, yet another NASL rumor like OKC and Virginia Cavalry of years past.
Well, Peter Wilt, he left, or he is going to leave in 11 to go to the Chicago sort of company that's leading the push for a NASL team in Chicago. So it seems very positive that they're getting Peter Wilton, and they're really pushing hard for a club. I know there's fan support there for a second club because the Fire are not doing good. They don't play in the city there, so it should be very exciting.
Yep, Chicago's team would be big time because Chicago Fire have not been a good side for years. Their attendance is even like one of the lowest in the leagues, which is pretty upsetting because Chicago is such a massive place. But referring back to what we were talking about last week, talking about having multiple teams in the same city, just be like expanding to be able to do that. Um, it'd be awesome because I mean, just having a team downtown would bring a lot of attraction towards the team, towards the NASL, and it would give us a chance to rival just a sort of like can't talk an MLS team that's going down right now, and they're not fixing it. So if I were the kind of leading force in trying to get Chicago State into the NASL, I think this is the opportunity to do it, and I think it'd be a smart opportunity, and it'd be awesome to see another Chicago team. Just to see, oh, Chicago Sting versus Chicago Fire. Just like we were talking about last week, having multiple teams in the same city, building this game up, it'd be awesome.
Do you think we may hear an announcement in March, or do you think we may expect something maybe during the season or after the season? What's your just like gut feeling about it?
Well, it's probably going to be the similar timeline to like Rayo and Miami, just I mean interspersed throughout, and I mean just looking at their track record, it really can come anytime. I mean, look when San Francisco Deltas was announced. I mean, it really can come at any point. It'd be really fun though if we can go into next season with San Francisco and Chicago as two new expansion teams for 2017.
What's cool about the Deltas is that it's really the first expansion side that I saw that announced the name, announced the logo without being officially announced. Because we saw, I think it was your Armada logo, right? They were announced as an expansion side, but their name wasn't announced with the announcement.
Yeah,
so
we
the
were.
supporters got to pick the name. And in San Francisco, it's just like, well, you're the Deltas and you have to support the team. So I don't know where that's coming from, but
that was a bit strange because what we did here is we were the Jacksonville NASL team for a few months, and they held a sort of it was online. Hey, we're taking ideas for names. What should it be? What should it be? We got Armada because we have a heavy Navy presence here with just some of the bases and all that. So like the Armada ships, Navy. Our colors are, so, no, but it's weird. Wow, I wake up, check Twitter, oh, geez, I have a soccer team named the Deltas that I'll be supporting. That's kind of shaky.
Like you're forced to like support the team, like you had no say in it. And not a lot of teams give their fans say, right? But I think the fans are your customers in a way. They are your lifeline of your club. So why wouldn't you give them a say?
I don't know. I wonder if their first supporter group would be called the Alphas.
Gosh,
just keeping it with the Greek lettering there.
No, their support group is currently in beta right now. Yeah. I gotta stop. It's too late for this.
Talking about supporter groups, Ray OKC got their own supporter group. I think they announced it today, so that's very exciting.
Was there?
I think it was yesterday. The Red Army.
The Red Army.
A very different name right there.
That's not original.
It's not
very American.
No, but it's different.
No, but good for them. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, they're building, which is a good thing to see. I mean, they made more signings, more additions. They've got a supporters group. They're Ray OKC's going in the right path right now. Honestly, with the signings they made and just they've already got their own podcast too. I don't know if y'all saw that. They've already got guys on a podcast.
Scissortail? Yeah, Scissortail is doing great.
Yeah, so I mean they're from the fans to the owners to the players, I mean, it just looks like they're going on the right track. So we'll see if they have that first inaugural season curse on them or not. But right now, just looking at all the OKC is well above Miami right now in how they're going about, just putting themselves into this league.
So that's all.
I mean, Miami, they're picking up a good number of players,
Yeah.
But not the same level. As
Yeah,
Rio.
not they. I mean, they just signed an under 20 Brazilian player. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, that's Fort Lauderdale. Miami just signed a couple college kids and like
I think they're
twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, twin brothers. No, they haven't. They've got a few decent signings, but they haven't lived up to the level of Rio OKC. But Mason Trafford of Ottawa Fury just went to Miami on a transfer. So Theo, your team is falling apart. Hopefully they can be built back up by Dalglish. But yeah, so I mean,
Pizer's going to be exposed. You heard it here first. Pizer's going to be exposed. He's lost all his defenders from last year.
Miguel Gallardo is going to be the goalie of the year next year. I'm calling it.
Teo's gonna watch this, and we're having tons of attacks on his team. But yeah, no, the Fury, they look like they have it going even when they lost some of their key players. Yeah, I remember when we were doing the show, and the Fury supporters were calling it Black Tuesday, and it was a day where Fury supporters were just upset about what was going on. I think they moved past that. Now I feel that they're more optimistic about the season. They're more excited about what's to come with the new manager, with the new pieces that they added. They re-signed Julian De Guzman, so just going to be a very exciting 2016 season. We're looking forward to it. Logie's exciting for Union, Armada. If you are in Jacksonville, make sure you guys are there. Jason is looking forward to preseason, starting a bit late. What's up, Carolina Railhawks? Start earlier. Let's go. Get things going. Jason wants
practice makes perfect.
League. So that's all the time.
Practice makes perfect. Come on.
But you should practice earlier.
No,
Yeah.
we're getting the extra practice before we play any matches. I don't know. I really have no excuse. Last season we didn't play. Last year we had no preseason matches.
Wow.
I take this as an improvement.
Yeah. You need to take some lessons from the Armada front office, because wow, with the teams we have scheduled, it's absolutely ridiculous.
So that's all the time we have for tonight.
Right.
That's all the time we have for tonight. If you guys enjoyed the show, leave a comment below. What was your favorite part? What's the favorite spring season match that you're looking forward to, and why? Leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new, and we will see you guys next week.